settle in and we'll get started. So we're going to talk about miracles, the crown chakra, and then we're going to do some healing together. So first, I think some of you, maybe like one person on here might know this story so far, but I'm going to talk about, this has been a theme of our yoga classes, but I lost a friend dear to me in the last couple weeks, and last week I didn't do an energy healing live. Just in the yoga class, we really went within and found the energy and moved it. I do yoga and energy healing on Sundays for those who aren't familiar, and we're with ourselves and what hurt, what felt good, what didn't feel good. But today, after this, full circle of a week, the last couple weeks, there's definitely some miracles that have come from the loss in my life. And then I can't speak for the family of my dear friend, but I do know just how the universe works and how God holds our hearts, and I'm trusting that the same miracle will take place in their heart. So to get started with my story, I'll just get right into it. So not this last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, it was about 11:30 in the morning, and I was thinking about my friend, who this person was really important to me growing up. And I was like, wow, what a wonderful person. Hadn't talked to them in about a month, pretty normal, just kept in touch here and there. And I was like, what a wonderful person. And they were coming to mind a couple times that day randomly. And I was like, what a great person. That was on a Wednesday. The next Thursday morning, I was updated that this person that I was thinking of the day before had unexpectedly passed away. And I was a little shell-shocked, a little stunned. And then I just kind of shut down. I felt angry, frustrated, sad. I mean, how we feel when we unexpectedly lose someone who's near to us, not near to us, in our lives in some way, shape, or form. And all of these emotions were overwhelming me. And I think subconsciously at the time I knew that I could feel energy wanting to come in to connect with me, because I started having all these autoimmune symptoms. I don't know where my lymph nodes were swelling. I wasn't feeling well. I could literally feel my body start to slip into the place that it used to be when I was really sick with autoimmune disease. And I knew that grief and trauma and sadness could do that. So I was like, it's going to clear, it's going to be fine. But I reached out to a friend who's really connected and does some of the same work as I do. And she connects with souls or people who have crossed over. And she's an intuitive healer. So I was like, oh, she'll be able to help me. And sure enough, she's, as really wonderful connected healers are, she's booked out into eons from now. And so I did what I knew best to do, and I went downstairs into my sauna, which is kind of my safe place, and I just shut myself in there and started playing some music, and I just closed my eyes. And then this is where my own energy healing began to take place, and there's a purpose in my story, so this is going to pertain to all of us, so stay with me here. So just found out I lost my friend, knew I wanted to connect with them, but the limiting belief that I had is, since I had emotion attached to it, that I could no longer use my gifts in this circumstance. So I felt alone, frustrated, angry, disconnected, all of the things. So I closed myself in the sauna, and my intention was just to grieve, not to be doing my own healing, but just came up, and I felt this kind of like cloud is what you would call it over my crown. And I could see all of these energies, and energies, I mean, not negative things out to get me, but just energies that were in my field, as in limiting beliefs and self-imposed notions that were disconnecting me. Because our crown energy center, this area right here, our crown chakra, it is our spiritual connection. It is, the root of all human suffering, all of our diseases, our symptoms, our pain, is spiritual disconnect. So whatever God and spirit is to you, this is the physical part of your body that really helps you connect and govern. So if you have headaches, anxiety, depression, this center, we can look at it and see energetically what's there to help you connect. So I'm in my sauna. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this like huge cloud over my head. And I didn't think I could do anything about it again, because I'm on this path with you guys. I'm healing. I'm in this to show up, as a better version of myself during this lifetime. And so I just start to breathe and cry and do all the things that I'm encouraging us all to do together on these lives, and feel what's there and see what's there. And it started to lift. And so I get out of the sauna, I walk upstairs to take a shower and get ready for work. And at that instant, I could feel my friend that had passed over the day before. And it was incredible, a little bit overwhelming, but in a good way. And I just started writing things down for what I felt like they wanted to say. And I was blessed that the Spirit decided to use me for this person to get some messages. This person left unexpectedly, and so he had things he wanted to say to his mom, his dad, his cousin, his brother, even his partner. And there's a really cool story, and I'm going to read a poem here in a second before we get started. But the poem, I took out themes from what he was saying to me as I was writing these things after I cleared my own energy, my own crown chakra block. And then I was able to feel what he had to say. And what's most important for you all is what I really want to get across tonight, if you hear one thing, is that you don't need a person, you don't need a medium, you don't need a religious authority, you don't need a scientific study to tell you that you can connect and do this. We are energy in a body, we are a soul in a body. We are made of the same energy as all the souls that are in a different dimension that we can't see and connect with. And it doesn't have to be looked at in a weird voodoo way, but we can connect with our loved ones. Everyone can. And one place to look to, or just feel their love, it doesn't have to be these letters, is by clearing the crown. So getting these letters coming through, this is what's really, really cool. And this is the part that came in that was like, no, Jen, you need to tell this part. And she'll watch this. So his partner that he loves so much, he had a lot to say to her as his passing was unexpected. And so I messaged my friend and was like, hey, who was his family member. I was like, so he's, he has these messages for a girl. And I was like, is he dating anyone? And she said that she lived halfway across the world. I was like, great, okay. So I told him, I said, you're going to have to help me if you really want this message to reach her. She's across the world and I have no idea who she is. I kid you not, at that time, like literally 30 seconds later, she sends me an Instagram message. And she knew who his friends were, and he had told her a lot about all of his friends. And so she just reached out and had such amazing things to say. And I was like, okay, so what you feel, whether it's connecting with loved ones, we a lot of times on these Sunday night healings, we talk about our intuition. It is the realest thing about you. It's strong and it's true and you can trust it. And when we clear all the junk out of our field, then we have full access to it, genuine access. So I'm going to read this poem, and then we're going to talk about checking your mail. Had to write a couple things down so I didn't forget, and then we'll do the healing. So go ahead and get comfortable. This next part's going to go really quick. Thanks for listening to my story. Okay, so this poem is titled, unless I hear differently, I Went So You Could See. So these are the themes pulled out of the letters that just came through me from him to his family members. I went so you could see, earth is my temporary home. Universal love is within you. Kindness is all we have. I went so you could see, war does not have to be the answer. Forgiveness heals all wounds. You are gifted beyond measure. I went so you could see, you never lose someone. You learn to connect in a new way. The divine plan is greater, higher. Tragedy brings people together. I went so you could see that I love you too much to stay. Yeah, I don't know, that will stick with me for a really long time. So, okay, this is the most important part. I know I said there was an important part, but this is the other really important part. This is when it comes to our connecting into the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, our higher self, loved ones, whatever that you feel like you want to connect with, just healing. just this healing energy. If you don't know what it is you want to connect to, you just want to feel better, this is really, really important. And this came into me after I went through my own healing and worked with these messages. It's like, we even intuitives and healers do this. We think, okay, I've got to like cleanse my field and eat all the healing foods, and which all these things are important to put us in a good position. But we think we have to like get it right to connect in so that this energy or the spirit can, when these messages are in there, like we can line up, right? We're like, oh, there it is. And it's going to be this tiny little instant that we feel connected. So many people are like, I've just been feeling disconnected from my intuition lately, when they're thinking that they have to do something to line up with it. But that couldn't be further from the truth. So the analogy that came in is it's like checking your mail. So the notion is we have to think that we have to be at the mailbox when the mail truck is here at our house, that we have to line it up like that. But that's not the case. What came through was we have to get in this, the only thing we have to do is be in a settled and healed meditative state to be able to check our mail. So there's letters, sorry, my computer. There's letters being dropped off in our mailbox all the time. Like right now, just messages coming into our field. Boom, they're just dropping in, they're dropping in, they're dropping in. And whenever we go to check the mail, we have a ton of letters waiting for us. Maybe one, if you check the mail very frequently, you might notice that it's a slower stream of messages. But if you haven't checked the mail in a while, because you're thinking, oh, missed the mail truck today. No, you just have to go to the mailbox, check your mail, and those messages from above are there for you. So hopefully, maybe let me know if that makes sense to you guys. So when we're doing this healing tonight, if you feel disconnected, if you feel like you haven't tapped in with your intuition in the last couple days, couple months, couple years, couple lifetimes, it's not too late. We're going to check the mail, and that's really it. You have everything you need. Your letters are right here in the mailbox, and we're just going to tap in. So, okay, with that said, if you're not in a comfortable space, go ahead and get in one. And just start to connect with your breath. Oh, thanks, Jen. If you like to use a little essential oil before you go into meditation, I recommend it. These things that we use to tap in, connect in, to heal, oils, crystals, scripture, they're like keeping your windows clean so you can see when the messages are there. They're like shoveling your driveway for the snow to walk out when you check your mail. So again, the mail's in the mailbox, but we can have these little tools that help us access our mail even easier. They're not going to be the thing that helps us and that fixes it in the long run. So I got a little white angelica I'm going to put on. Start to take a deep breath. I didn't even realize that this oil has something to do with the person's name that passed. I'll keep it private for his family, but that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Just let your breath fall. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh out of your mouth. To relax in the comfort knowing there's nothing you have to do tonight to receive what's already here for you. The healing, the connection, the reconnection, the mail messages waiting in your divine and sacred mailbox. It's all here for you. You are energy, a soul living in a body. You are made out of the same divine energy and love that these energies, these loved ones that God was created from, created by, created with, creates other things. It's all one energy. Just reconnecting tonight. So let your body fall. Feel your hips drop. Your ankles fall heavy. all of these bony prominences on you, your back, your spine, your elbows, your hands. Just let them soften. Your neck, your shoulders, the back of your head, just let it settle in. Let a miracle come to mind from your life. I can feel my friend's presence here. I don't know why I'm just realizing this, but their time of passing was 11:23, and it was right about that time on that Wednesday morning that I was thinking about them. But the 1, 2, 3, that's significant to some people, so if that resonates with you, you can see a little bit of a miracle there. Deep breath, sigh it out. So yeah, they crossed my mind at right about that time that they passed over. I know for sure I'm not the only one that's had. Everyone has had, we've all had something like this happen in our lives. But again, are we checking the mail? Do we see it? Do we give our mind and our body the stillness to receive it, to see it? If you're thinking, could my whole day be filled with these things? Yes. You feel like everything is a synchronicity and a miracle? Yes. Albert Einstein once said, there is one of two ways to live your life. One, as if everything is a miracle, or two, as if nothing's a miracle, nothing at all. Let's go with everything. This breath, this body. Deep breath in, sigh it out, this time together. Our abilities to connect, all of this, everything's a miracle. This human experience, even in the pain and the frustration, how do you choose to see it? Life is always working for us, never against us. Our pain and our wounds and our trauma would love to tell us otherwise. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, just let your body fall down, sink down. Your palms grow heavy, your shoulders fall, your jaw relax, tongue fall off the roof of your mouth, let your eyelids fall heavy. Notice how good your breath feels. Notice how light your chest is starting to feel. Any tension, any heaviness in the belly is starting to lift. Allow your body to soften with every breath. And bring your attention to the place right above your head. You can imagine a little energy halo of light there. So your eyes close down. See if you can picture just a little ring of light, white light, golden light, whatever color you want, violet light, right above your head. There's light coming from your head and meeting this epicenter of light. There's light from above. You can imagine two sources of light connecting here, your light and heaven's light. Source's light, God's light. You might even feel a little gentle tug from the top of your head, lifting you up, pulling you up. Some of you may start to feel like you're coming home. You feel at peace. Just breathe here. Don't forget to breathe. Now notice above this light, above or below it, in any part of this channel, this spectrum. Do you see any clouds? Any little blockages in this light? Like a little piece of this light segment is missing. Maybe this light doesn't feel as bright as it could. Like the channel that this light wants to come through just isn't supportive yet. Take a moment just to sit with your intuition, your inner knowing, asking the Spirit if there's anything interfering with this light, with your connection to the divine above, to other divine energies, to seeing things from a higher consciousness. Simply ask, is there a disconnect? Is there a block? Give yourself a moment to observe, to notice, and just see what's here. Take a breath. You might notice limiting beliefs about your ability to connect, your worthiness to be connected. You don't do enough, you don't try hard enough, you don't do enough good. Maybe religion tells you you can't connect, or science tells you it's not possible. And ask your spirit what's true. If you are made with the same energy in your soul as every other soul, this energy coming from the divine source, the creator, how could you not connect to what you truly are? At your core and at your center, you are connected. Everyone's gifted. Just like everyone can speak a language, you just might be gifted in other ways. Your language might look different. You can ask the Holy Spirit what your language is. How do you connect? What works for you? Breathe. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Soften your body. If you feel like you're trying, if you're trying to feel, receive, trying to think and grab and do with your intuition, imagine your third eye, your pineal gland, the space between your eyebrows, like an input vessel. Its only job is to receive. It doesn't stretch out, it doesn't grasp, it doesn't work. It's like an empty pool waiting to receive water or floods of light and insight. So coming back to that light, coming from your crown and into your crown. Any blockages, any disconnects here, disconnecting or blocking you from what you truly are. Divine energy coming straight from our Creator and our Source. Just imagine an angel's wing or feather sweeping these out of your field. You can imagine a gentle breeze lifting and taking them. It's okay, they just got stuck here. It's not who you truly are. You truly are connected. Seeing your life as a miracle from a higher lens. Take another breath. Exhale, let it go. Noticing this light from above your head is growing stronger, is growing brighter. And the light coming into your crown is growing stronger, is growing brighter, creating this beautiful prism in the sky. One that could be seen from outer space, this tiny little prism. It's so bright and so strong. This is you, sending your light out. Sending a beam of light out, a beam of light coming in. This is your connection. Take a breath. Let your body soften. Let your body be supported. And take a moment to allow any special mail messages that want to come into your mailbox, into your field, that have already been there. Just take a few moments of silence to receive. So again, you're not grasping or reaching. You're just allowing input to come in to receive what's already here. If you've been thinking of a loved one or a guide or just a presence, it's no coincidence. You've thought of them twice now. Just trust it. You've thought of them once and tried to push it away. Invite this presence in. We'll spend just a couple moments in silence so you can receive whatever it is you've been called here tonight to receive. Take a breath. Let your body sink in, sink down. Feel like you have a little bit of a headache, you can bring your hands up to your head and give some gentle squeezes. 2 hands on the outside, one front, one back. Just release all that energy, that built up energy. Deep inhale, blow it out of the top of your crown, and then go back to receiving. Maybe there's a song or a number or a place coming to mind. Just go with it. Try not to make sense of it. Just let your imagination and your intuition link hands and take you there. Notice right above your crown, above your head, growing brighter, stronger. You feel more connected now than you have all day. Asking the Spirit to see the miracle in your situation, in your life, in your day. Another deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Keep giving yourself this space and this time. Those who have to respect their 30 minutes, I'm going to end this healing just by exiting out, but I want you to take your time. I encourage you to journal after. Sometimes we spend the whole energy healing session clearing and being quiet and letting things come in, and then it's after in our automated writing that what we came here to receive. Yeah, a couple of you already have some pretty cool things coming in, I can see. Yeah, what you came here to receive might still be coming in, so take a deep breath, settle back into your space, and don't move until you feel this is complete. Journal after. I'll post the replay, and I would love to hear about what came through, your miracle today, and I'll see you next time.